on another Wet Your Palate. Join us on Go With Your Palate. We got some special guests today. We got Ode, Osbourne, and Bryan battle some UFC fighters. We had a fucking awesome day with these guys. Had a ton of fun, and we just finished up talking about everything under the goddamn sun, not just their stories, but fucking like what they love to do, what they're passionate about, what they're doing for the youth, just moving forward. And we got into some wine, of course. I don't know what
wine. 2 bottles finished.
We found out that Bryan loves the movie Holes.
Hey, don't give it all away.
I love the movie Holes. I love Holes. Period.
Hey, dude, we even sang some Creed, dude. We got in some
Hold me now. Damn it, don't get me going. Don't give
it away. We want to stay tuned.
So trust me, you're going to love this fucking podcast. So listen up and run through the whole thing. It's a lot of fun hearing about what these guys are doing, where they're at on their journey, and what they're doing for the future.
And thank you guys for having us, man. It was so dope.
I wouldn't be here without Ode, but then also shout out to these 2 motherfuckers right here because they're talking about how cool we are. They're fucking cool as hell.
Me too.
There was one question that we had talked about. We wanted to ask, in your private lives, your intimate relationships, do women ever like ask you to do some of the shit you do in the octagon? Dude, I want to know this.
I'm just saying, if they know you're a fighter, they won't get choked.
Be choked.
If they know you're a fighter beforehand,
they want to be choked.
10 out of 10, they want to get choked.
Yeah.
No fucking way. It's like that.
Wow.
Okay. I didn't think it was going to be that resounding of a like, yes.
Did they call out specific ones? Are they like, I want the guillotine?
No. You like, you want to get choked? How do you know?
Or if you don't do it, and they're waiting on it, be like, okay, I want you to choke me.
Choke me. Like, damn, every fucking time I'm tired of choking.
I'm like, whoa. First of all, I am black, so here's a consent form. Here's a consent form. Sign this, because you are not.
I mean, honestly, with your guys' like your stardom, your level of, do you guys have to worry about that shit?
I worry about it.
Now, no, but before,
I haven't done anything about it.
I mean,
but I don't do.
Now I
they probably look at you guys and they're like, dude, if I had a moderately bad experience, I could complain to somebody about it and file a lawsuit. Like,
I'm very big on consent. No, that's. But I'll be
Brian's
like,
pulling out his phone all the time. He's like, "Hey, do you agree to this?"
No. I was like, "Hey, is this okay?" And she was like, "Yeah." I couldn't really. I was like, "Nah, but is it okay?" She was like, yeah. I was like, "Is it okay?" She said, "God damn it, Brian, it's fucking okay." And I was like, all right, I just had to.
Way to kill the mood.
Yo, probably killed the mood for her. It didn't kill shit for me. All right, that's all I need to hear.
We all got to have those periods in our lives, right? You got to learn. Well, when did you start fighting? Because I know, I mean, we could do like a quick rundown of like you grew up in Jamaica.
Yep.
You moved to Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. Went to college, became a teacher. Or why don't you tell like the quick like storyline about how you got into fighting?
So okay, let's start from Jamaica. So I grew up in Kingston, a small village called Bull Bay. It's located literally in the heart of Kingston. And so I lived with my grandma. You know, my mom had me when she was young. She was 18 when she got pregnant. And so she probably had me when she was by 19 years old. She had me.
Yeah.
But she couldn't take care of me because she was still going to school, trying to go to college. And I was like, nope, sorry, you ain't going to college. You know? I was like, not today. But, you know, she was trying to go to college and I came. And so she couldn't really do that much. So she asked her grandma to like help me. So her mom and grandma to help take care of me. And so I lived with them for a little bit. And while living with them, she started, you know, going to school and trying to find a job and trying to get her life together. And she would visit me a lot. Like, she'd visit me all the time. you know, and I spent all my time in Jamaica. I was out exploring, going to the woods, you know, picking fruit, just walking around. Now it might be a little different. I don't know how it is anymore, but that's how it was. My mom would visit me all the time, and I remember vaguely every time my mom came to visit, I was so happy, and then she'd leave, and I'd be like super sad. And when I was 8 years old, she left to go to the States to kind of work and build a better life for me. And she was like, "All right, you know, I'm going to go to New York. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna bring you, you know, a year or so later." I didn't know if it was gonna be possible. I didn't know if it was gonna happen, but I stayed back, and that's what happened. She brought me to New York a year later, and so when I was 9 years old, I immigrated to Brooklyn, New York, and I tell this story all the time, all the time. So when I was a kid living in Jamaica, I lived with my grandma, and we had my grandma Sonia had that little out shower. I mean, I don't know if y'all ever seen holes when they were at Camp Green Lake, and they were showering outside. That's how my shower was. It's like little wooden panels.
All outside, yeah.
Yeah, all outside, and so that was my shower.
Shout out
and we
to
had
Holes. Iconic movie.
Whoa! You can
Iconic. Holes the movie, dog. Holes the movie. I mean, depending on the hole. But yeah, Holes the movie. Holes the movie. Shia LaBeouf. That's what he's talking about. He's the Holes the movie. I'm tired of digging, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. I keep on. I'm done talking. I'm gonna go into my corner.
For Holes.
I'm gonna go.
Going back.
Anyways. He said, "Shout out to Holes." All right. Anyways,
Fuck, man.
so
Just
you know,
say shit
our bathroom was also outside. You know, they dug like a little I don't know. You know those little like outhouses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got an outhouse and an outside shower. So we didn't have indoor plumbing and none of that. So when I came to America, came to Brooklyn, New York, my mom had, you know, a small little apartment we went to, and the first thing, you know, she was like, "Get in the shower," because you were just flying all day. And the first thing I did was take my clothes off and hop in the bathtub because I was like, "Yo, this is crazy. There's a bathtub." I was like, "What? Y'all got bathtubs here in America? What? This is crazy." So I turned it on, and boom, just like that, hot water came out the pipe, and I was like, "Yo, what? You don't even gotta heat this water up with a stove?
Wow.
Holy shit, this is crazy." So yeah. That was my first experience, and it was the greatest feeling in the world to be in like a bathtub with hot water. And I was, you know, thinking to myself, two things. I was like, one, this is the greatest country in the world, and two, I'm never gonna take anything for granted ever again. Because at that moment, I realized all the opportunities that was here. You know what I'm saying? Because when you come from showering outside to being in a bathtub, it's like, wow, crazy. And so, yeah, man, that led to us moving to, so 9/11 happened about 2 months later. And then my mom and I moved from Brooklyn to Florida. And then I wrestled in high school and played football. And then I quit football because, you know, it was a team sport and I felt I was too small. And I felt like I could get into college better by wrestling. So I wrestled, and then I went to Wisconsin for college. I ended up paying for college out of pocket. You know, Wisconsin has really good wrestling. Anywhere in the Midwest has really good wrestling, to be honest with you. It doesn't matter where you go. Anywhere in the Midwest.
The Midwest, though.
Yeah, the wrestling there is amazing. So we traveled, and I competed.
Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Yep, Iowa, Illinois. Yeah, but I couldn't afford it anymore. So I dropped out and found an MMA gym down the road, and I met this guy. His name was Reese Shaner, and I was like, "Yo, like I don't have, you know, I'm about to go back to Florida, but I have wrestling talents. I really want to be a fighter. You know, I watch UFC a little bit and I want to learn." And he looked at me and he's like, "All right, well, if you want to be a fighter, you're going to have to pay this much, and you're going to have to, here's my, you know, you need discipline, because I can tell right now, you know, coming out of Florida, I was lacking a little bit of discipline. You know what I mean? Florida's a little, that's like,
yeah. I spent enough time in Florida.
Yeah, and so I was like,
Florida.
yeah, and I was like, look.
Shout out to Holes.
I love Florida. Shout out to Holes. So yeah, man.
Sometimes I go to Florida and get lost in the You know what I'm saying? I say, all right, I'm sorry, go back to my car.
And so yeah, Reese really taught me like how to be a man. You know, he taught me discipline. He taught me how to be respectful, humbleness, all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, yo, Reese, I don't have any money, you know, but I'll wash your car. I'll do the gym. I'll whatever. Just give me a job. Give me an opportunity. All I want is an opportunity. He's like, look, just show up every day and work your ass off, and you're good. So that's what I did. And he put all his time into me. He had other pro fighters that he could focus on. I was only an amateur, and he put all his time into me. I don't know why, but he did. He put all of his time into me, and I became a pro fighter. I never lost a fight as an amateur, never lost a fight as a pro. Reese was amazing. With him, I never really had like a father figure. I just shared a clip of me from last week. I was in Jersey City for the fights. Sorry, Newark, New Jersey for the fights.
Yeah.
My dad actually my biological dad lives in Queens, and I decided to swallow my pride and surprise him and show up. I haven't seen him in 10 years.
Shit.
And I shared this clip. It's on my social media. I just shared a clip of me meeting my dad after 10 years and seeing him, and it was amazing. So anyways, back then I didn't have a father figure, and so when I met Reese, he was my father figure, and he was just amazing to me, you know. And then
Is he still operating a gym?
he died.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Way to kill my story, man.
Shit, okay.
I'm just kidding. But
honestly,
nah,
it kind of
but
makes
nah.
the story bad.
Yeah, but it was meant to be. It was meant to be because I didn't know.
beautiful.
Because it sounds crazy, but if Reese hadn't died, I don't know if I'd be in the UFC. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck,
I don't know if I would be in the UFC. He died in a motorcycle accident. He was going through a crazy divorce, and he started drinking and riding, and you know, it was just one of those things, man. Bless his heart. He was an amazing human. He just had a rough go at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, when he died, I ended up switching gyms, and that's when I ended up becoming an assistant teacher because all the things that Reese taught me, I was like, I want to give back to the youth. I want to make sure that, you know, people understand that in life you need to work hard and you need to have discipline, especially kids who are coming up from the same environment that I came up in. You know what I mean? And like my mom was a single mom, and we go from one place to the next. I went to 13 different schools. 13 different schools.
Wow.
My mom worked so hard to try to provide, and sometimes, you know, she wouldn't meet the goal that she was trying to meet, but she would still try, and she worked so hard to provide for me, you know. And so I always thought someday I'm gonna be the person that, you know, helps my mom. And when I found Reese, I was like, yeah, this is gonna help me to help my mom, and we're gonna do good. But when Reese died, I was like, man, there goes my dreams. So anyways, I ended up going to another gym, which was I did not like. It was terrible because it was like going from Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. You're amazing. You keep doing what you're doing. You know, building you up. To Cobra Kai, you piece of shit. You know, you ain't gonna beat nothing. You a piece of shit. You ain't shit. You know, and so I took my first 2 losses in a row and broke me. Went to a different gym. So that was my third gym. And then this coach was much better. Shout out to Jake Clip. He was a much better coach, and he, you know, got me the right fights, built me back up, and went on like a 6-fight win streak, then got on Contender Series, then submitted and finished my dude in the first round. And Dana White got on the mic, and he was like, Ode Osbourne, he's like, this guy is going to be a problem for people. And he signed me right then and there. And
That's
how
awesome.
I got to the UFC. Yeah. I was still working in the school.
Feels good.
Teacher.
This guy's going to be a problem for people.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I have that video. I have that video.
He said, wait, where does he teach? He teaches inner city kids? Oh, yeah, no, he's
yeah, you need that quote tattooed on your back.
I got that video, too. I'll send it to you guys. But yeah, man, so I was still working in the school because that was my passion. You know, I love teaching. I loved it. And eventually, it wasn't working out for me because I was waking up at 7 o'clock, getting to school by 8, working until 3 p.m., 3:30, and then getting to the gym by 4:30, then training from 5 to 8. And I was just burnt out on my first contract. So I was 1-2. So I won 1 fight, lost 2 fights in the UFC on my first contract. And I'm like, oh, damn, if I lose 1 more fight in the UFC, I am cut from the UFC. So like immediately after I lost to Manil Cop, flying kneed me, I was like, okay, packed up my shit, sold my Jeep, had about $3,500 to my name, moved to Vegas, ended up staying with my manager, Lance. You know, he was like, yo, for $500 a month, I'll let you stay with me, and then we can go from there. And I was like, hell yeah. So my manager Lance helped me out so much. Thank you so much, Lance. And yeah, man, I got to fight. Shout out to Lance.
You guys got the same manager?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason
House.
Jason's the owner of Iridium.
Guy, but then there's Jacob, there's Lance.
Yeah.
Iridium
Simon.
Like the agents that are.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Shout out Iridium. We love you.
So, when I got a fight on I got a fight on Madison Square Garden, actually. It was my last fight on my contract, and I gave it I put so much into my training camp. I was like, this is my last fight on this contract. I have to win. Went out there, thought about Reese and what, everything and what why he brought me in this situation. And I knew I had to execute. I went out there and I executed. And this guy was CJ Vergara. He was 9-2. He was a big up-and-comer guy that they were really high on. Went out there and, put on unanimous decision and re-signed contract, and now we're here.
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna tell my story.
Yeah, we gotta hear. Yeah, we gotta hear yours.
It's like very, very like almost the complete opposite of Oday's story. I can't lie to you. And it's one of those funny things too, where it's like you seen those like jokes where they're like, your wife is like, or your girl's asking you, so hey, you hang out with your boy, and they're like, well, what's he doing? How's his work? And you're just like, I don't fucking know. We didn't talk about. He was telling me shit. I was like, damn. I probably should have known that. Being on there, pretty good friends. I probably should have known that shit. If I listen to the story, I'm like, damn, that's a lot of different schools.
Man.
I didn't learn how to read until I was 13 years old. Like, it took me school was so fucking hard for me because
fuck school.
But you gotta think you learned resilience, work ethic, like just passion and drive, right? Like I think that's what's missing in a lot of the kids nowadays. I'm happy, really proud of my kids, and a lot of their friends, and I'm seeing a lot of this next generation like actually go outside of what I think the guys that are like 25 right now got so sucked into like video games and shit like that. That they're realizing like, okay, like we gotta fucking get back to the basics, and they're doing it.
Video games, it's like you can make a living off video games, but that's a competitive field. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, it's competitive, but what the fuck kind of life are you gonna live?
Yeah,
that sounds boring as hell.
And not just that, I feel like there's
but it's like on the other hand, right? So it's like, all right, to be a professional fighter, you got this X amount of motherfuckers who are crazy enough to actually fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The amount of motherfuckers that will play 2K, you know what I'm saying? Way higher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you giving a shout out to the 2K players?
Shout out to 2K.
You guys are harder than
Shout out to 2K.
Yeah.
If you're a pro 2K player, I don't want no problems. But it's crazy listening to Oday because there's really like a shit ton of differences. Yeah, I started off in Maryland, in America. And I was like, instead of going to all these different schools, I was homeschooled until I went to college. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
I was homeschooled. I was still.
Yeah, I want to ask that.
Dude, I was
like, why?
Super duper religious growing up. My mom,
Catholic
just
or
like not Baptist.
Okay,
Baptist, yeah.
I was gonna say Mormon.
Baptist in Maryland.
Mormon is not very far away from our branch of baptism, but parents are Baptist growing up, and like my mom didn't like the school systems, decided to take us out. You know what I'm saying? I think my learning deficiencies kind of helped out with that a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't doing great.
They were calling.
That's what they said. That's what they said. I think I'm a pretty smart guy. You know what I'm saying?
Too many holes here.
He's distracted.
He's not doing shit. But no, like I was homeschooled all the way up to college. I lived in a couple different spots. And I was going to be like, I literally was going to get my degree in religious studies. You know what I'm saying? Like I worked at a church. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
really?
Yes, dude.
Wow.
I worked on a bus ministry. We went,
and you were passionate. You were passionate about it.
I was super duper passionate.
Yeah,
super duper passionate about it. Like to this day, like I think it's like I wouldn't be able to do what I do without the the spirituality that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like
So you still you still hold on to it tightly.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's the only way. It's the only way.
The faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like
Man.
King,
love that.
the story of King David. You know what I'm saying? Like King David, he's a man after God's own heart, but he was also a fucking train wreck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's like, for me, it's Solomon. It's Solomon for me.
And who's he? He's David's son.
We get deep in this motherfucker.
Did you guys?
I had no idea.
Have you guys talked about this? You guys have never talked about this.
I didn't know I swear to you, I thought he might have been.
Ecclesiastes is one of my favorite books of the Bible.
I thought he might have been an atheist. Dead serious.
No,
dead serious.
I'm a piece of shit,
my God.
but I gotta be one of God's favorite pieces of shit because he keeps on blessing me, and I don't know why. I don't know why he keeps on blessing me. Though.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love that because
we're in Napa Valley at the winery having a great time with y'all, and it's like, yo, what a fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like, what a fucking life. Like,
for real.
Like, like all these squares, you know what I'm saying? They don't get to experience what we're experiencing.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes I'm like, yo, like, I'm so grateful because I'm even more grateful because, like, there's a lot of times I'm like, I don't know if I deserve all this. You know what I'm saying?
I think about that a lot, too. I think about it a lot, man, because I feel like, you know, like Brian said, you know what I'm saying? Like, we live a crazy, fast-paced life. And there's so many better people that deserve this.
I would disagree with you on that. Okay.
I would too, dude. No, you guys are humble as fuck. Like, seriously.
Yeah, you guys are. It's been really nice to get to know you guys and everything. But like, I mean, as I've gotten older and like seeing, you know, people either they're honest and real, or they conceal a lot of shit. Like that's you know, and
that's true.
I'd rather just have the people around me that are like, no, this is me, take it or leave it. Like at least you know what you're getting.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I want to get more. So just because, so with the religion stuff and everything, because I was also hearing you were like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you were 300 pounds.
Yeah, I was 300 pounds. Right? I was 300 pounds. I was wearing suspenders. I was teaching youth service. And you know what? You know what really messed it up for me?
Long hair?
Nope, not the long hair.
Pooh Bear.
I lost my virginity at 21 years old.
Whoa.
Because I lost my virginity and I was like, fuck, dude, I don't know if I can stop doing this. I was like, I can't be preaching to these kids, but I don't know if I can stop. That shit felt pretty good.
Oh, dude, I gotta, like, I totally understand.
Right? Like, I get it.
You break that seal, it's over, man.
Yeah. God. I broke that seal at like 15, 14. I was young.
You'll be chasing the dragon the rest of your life, man.
I was holding out for a long time, dog. Yeah. It was, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was in college. I was in college. It's the one thing about me and Ode's story that lines up when we both dropped out of college. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the only part about our stories that lines up. I was at community college. Yeah. I dropped out that motherfucker. But before I dropped out that motherfucker, I was in there and there was this girl in my class. You know, I was like, hey, you want to come study? Yeah. Hey, you want to watch a movie afterwards? Yeah. I brought a movie I actually liked. I thought we were going to watch the movie. It was Friday Night Lights. I would have brought holes if I owned it. I would have brought holes if I owned it because it's a great movie. Top 10. Top 10. Okay, but it was Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights. And then
you actually brought a movie to watch?
Guess how naive I was.
Yeah.
That's how naive I was. I brought a movie that I actually liked. We started watching we studied. The other person that was studying with us left. I pretend like I was going to leave. Then I didn't leave. You know what I'm saying? We're sitting there watching.
Wait, were you still 300 pounds?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, it's not the size of the boat. It's the most in the ocean. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it.
Literally, we're sitting there watching the movie. And dead ass, like I was like, hey, you know, she fucking starts doing what you would normally do if you're watching a movie with someone in college. I'm like, yeah, this is an important scene.
Yeah.
Hey, we can wait till after the movie. Why are you in a rush?
I didn't know the feeling.
Yeah. Also, with that being said,
I can't
also, with that being said, my brain switched quick. I stopped thinking with this head really fucking fast. You know what I'm saying? And I even got to the point, literally, I sat there and I had she put the condom on me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there.
This is your first time, right?
Yeah.
This one, you're talking about your first.
This ain't my first time.
Oh, this wasn't.
This wasn't my first time.
Okay.
I got too guilty. You know what I'm saying? I literally had the condom on. I'm butt naked. She's butt naked. And then I was just so fucking guilty. I was like, fuck, dude. I was thinking about the kids. I had to go fucking to talk about the Bible too. I said that literally, like, this is me, and this is her. I'm right here. And I was like, I can't fucking do it. And she fucking got up, put her clothes on. She said, you can leave. She got up, put her clothes. You can leave. I was like, fair enough.
Wow.
I put my clothes on. Got Friday Night Lights out the DVD player.
Yeah, don't leave that behind. Yeah.
How losing my virginity, that shit was funny as hell because that was 3 pumps and fucking 3 pumps of glory, baby. You know what I mean? And
And then after this is when you decided to become a UFC.
well, it was like that happened, and I was like, well, you know, I gotta run it back. I'm like, only 3 pumps. That's kind of pathetic. I gotta run it back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't be fucking preaching to these motherfucking kids. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I gotta spin the block. You know what I'm saying? That's 3 pumps. You know what I mean? And because it was like that took.
You
a
can't
lot
tell
of time.
Brian's a sweater, by the way.
I'm a big
yeah,
sweater.
he's a big
sweater.
I'm a sweater too.
Yeah, but Brian is like, yo, he's a sweater like 24/7. He'll sweat in.
Hey, it starts to lessen as you like get closer to 40. Just so you know.
Nice.
Yeah. But dude,
That far away.
I would be, I'd be doing a like a seminar or something like that about wine, and for like the first 20 minutes, it'd just be like dripping, nonstop.
Yeah.
To the point where I was telling him yesterday, I did fucking Botox all on my scalp because it was
Just
supposed
your
to
scalp?
stop you from sweating.
Yeah.
Because it was
work?
so embarrassing. Like my whole shirt would be wet because of my
did it
head.
work?
No, it didn't fucking work.
Nah.
It was like a fucking. It took like it was like a fucking $1,000 in Botox all through my scalp, and I fucking hate needles. And it didn't work.
That ass literally. I put deodorant in the regular spots, but I also will fucking do a fucking
do the cross.
Just so it's like I don't have a fucking puddle of sweat on my chest. You know what I'm saying? And it does, like you said, it doesn't really do a whole lot. It does something though.
So I got a little life hack that you guys should try. So deodorant, hair dryer.
Really?
Dude, I swear it's a game changer.
Really? So, all right, now another life hack that you should try. Deodorant, get a paper towel, wipe it off.
Oh, the extra?
Yeah. Just wipe it off. Because what happens is it like cakes in your pores, and your pores it makes makes you sweat. So just wipe it all off, and then you're good.
I'll try that.
That's what I do. Because every time I put deodorant on, I just start sweating. I don't know why. My armpits, my armpits don't like deodorant.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna start talking about that right now. All right, wait. So, boom. So I'm in college.
Oh, yeah, go back.
Yeah. We're back in.
Sorry. All right.
Diving right back in.
We're back.
Hold on.
We're back.
Hold on.
We go over here. We go over here, and then we get back to it. You know what I mean?
All right.
So we're still in college. I'm like, all right, well, boom. And it was taking a lot of time, like several nights a week. You know what I'm saying? Doing church stuff, and it's like, boom. Now I just don't have that church stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm working at Chick-fil-A at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, you know what? I've always been a big fan of fighting. Now's my chance. I got the time. I got the money. I should just fucking go do this. And
But you just entered like raw dog, like not.
hella raw dog.
No baby oil or nothing.
No baby oil. No protection. No baby oil. Nothing.
Dude, he started fighting no Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
No, I started fighting Diddy. All Diddy.
Did you have any experience? I know you said
I was
you
a
said
football, babasketball, baseball player.
and you said your dad had some experience with kickboxing.
My dad, my dad just, I was just like a rough motherfucker. I was just a bull in a china shop, but I was a tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had no
Experience.
skill,
Yeah,
no
experience.
technique.
You didn't have no
type shit.
experience.
Nothing.
So you were like 21 before, like,
21 walking into the gym, 300 pounds.
Well,
oh my God.
And it
Man.
was really like, I was like, okay, well, I was like, it's pretty unrealistic for me to think that I could like start a career at this stage. So I'll go, when I lose my first fight, then I'll stop fighting. And I'll be a responsible adult and get a regular job type shit. You know what I'm saying? Dropped out of college. You know what I mean? Now, the problem with what I just said is I lost my very first fight.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Because I was 300 pounds. Just from a year of training, I lost a lot of weight. I got down to 240. That means I'm still fighting at heavyweight. Now, granted, I didn't fight a sloppy, unathletic heavyweight. I fought this African motherfucker who they said was hunting lions and zebras in Africa.
Damn.
And he cut from 290 to make the 260 weight.
Is his name Francis Ngannou?
It's Michel Andre. He hasn't fought since. He knocked me out and hasn't fought since. You know what I'm saying? He knocked me out in my very first fight. Head kick. Boom. It was 2 hours away. My dad's sitting front row. Boom. Head kick. Knockout.
Damn.
Like, I don't remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the clip. And you can see me standing up afterwards. And, you know, I'm sitting around. I'm like literally, like, I'm sitting there.
He probably felt guilty. He's like,
I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I don't remember any of that shit.
The fact that he didn't fight after he knocked you out just says he's probably...
Nah, because he tried to hit on a girl that was there to see me. This fucking asshole. Fuck you, Michelle.
He's doubling down.
Yeah. He was like, yo.
He's like, well, he already lost.
Why you hanging out with the loser, dog? I fucking knocked this guy out. You know what I'm saying? She was a beautiful young lady, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, so I lost that shit, and I was like, damn. And my dad, I was like, fuck, dude, I can't, I was like, I was going to go till I lost my first fight, but I can't stop. I can't be 0-1 for the rest of my life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had like a real moment with my dad, because like I said, when I first started, my sisters thought it was bullshit, my mom hated it, everyone thought I was fucking crazy, you know what I'm saying? And like my dad was the only one who was like, yeah, fucking send it. You know what I'm saying? And we were sitting there. My dad's the only one who has my back. And we're sitting at Waffle House after this fight. He was like, hey, you know, if you lose like 2 more fights, you got to like fucking do something else with your life. And I was like, yeah, I know, Dad. I know.
He's real.
No, he's real. He's a real one, you know? So I was like, yeah, I know, Dad. And so then I was like, all right. And I won the next 8 fights and became like a top-ranked amateur in like 2 different weight divisions. Yeah. You know what I mean? As an amateur, I fought 3 different motherfuckers that ended up in the UFC. Eba Kasangane, Cody Brundage, and Billy Elikana. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had a hell of an amateur career. Ended up 8-2. Like I said, highly ranked at 205 and 185. And it's been like a hell of a
Well, you say you still got a hell of a lot of story ahead.
There's a lot of a story. I'm not again. We'll keep on going.
Yeah.
But we still got a lot of story. There's a lot of story from that point, and a lot of story that's gonna happen from this point right here. But
well, one of my favorite stories that I've heard was your fight against a Frenchman in France.
Yeah,
dude, you gotta tell this.
Hilarious. So boom.
That was hilarious.
Now,
down to the song you walked out to. Like every
niggas in Paris.
Is this really the end? Unbelievable. Find out next week.